While in Los Angeles, John sat with the bold and the beautiful star Ronn Moss, where other side visits included his dad and a former cast member.
Biological father has passed? Your dad's passed?
Yes.
Because your dad's coming through first. He's making me feel like, I don't know if he had a chance to see some of your success. Was he not a supportive man when it came to your work?
No.
Not, right? He wanted you to go in a completely different direction? Or he thought you were going to go into a completely different direction?
He always said something else is going.
He's making me feel pink roses. And when I see pink roses, it's a way of expressing their love to you. But he's got thorns on them. So when I see thorns on the roses, it lets me know that in life your dad might not have been able to express himself to you emotionally. I don't feel like he gives it up. I just don't feel like he gives the good job, I'm proud of you.
Right.
I just don't feel
Never happened.
Instead of feeling that that's my son feeling, there was the, well, what about me? Now, all that sounds very negative. Your dad wasn't that negative a person, but I'm just giving you the feelings of how he's coming across to me.
Okay.
He also was met up with either his sister or your mom, because he's bringing through the female figure who's coming through. This woman has a different energy for me. As your family's coming through to me, they're actually impressing upon me that as connected as you are, they're still disconnected. And I think that's not just a them thing. I think that's a you thing. I think you've insulated yourself so much, literally, that you sometimes don't get the energy coming through to you, and you question it when it's already there. But their concern, specifically your mother's concern, is the disconnect that maybe you had from either the brother figure or, you know, the disconnect that maybe you might be having within relationships here. That's the big issue. The big issue is about relationships now, but there's such a fear that you have about people leaving you that you keep them almost over there and over there, right where you can see them, never behind you. Never behind you, because then you can't see what they're doing, and you have to be on top of everything at all the times, because you need to know emotionally and mentally exactly where you stand. Be very careful with that, because the universe will trip you up in a big way, because we're here to learn lessons. The big message here is to be connected in the moment of it so that you learn from it, so that you don't have to complete the same thing over again. Did somebody just pass?
In my life?
Somebody just passed. Is that the brother figure?
No.
Who's the most recent passing for you?
Darlene. On my show.
Let's put her on hold for 1 second. Did you come with somebody else? Like other people with you?
Yes.
Did they just recently lose somebody?
Ron's girlfriend, Devin, is called in to validate this message from the other side.
Is this in the last year?
Yeah.
And
6 months.
He'd be responsible for this then, correct?
Yes.
He was driving, or what? He
was driving.
Okay.
It was an accident.
But when somebody goes like this for me, it's like they're taking on the responsibility for how it happens. So it's as if he's letting me know that, you know, speeding or whatever the case was, that he takes on the responsibility, like, how this takes place. The person that on your show that just passed, this is someone who just passed, like, in the last couple months, right?
Veritable weeks.
Can I be really personal? Was it very uncomfortable for you to go see her?
Not really.
Okay, let me just say this then. I'm getting the feeling of somebody having fear and being very uncomfortable about confronting this person while they're ill. I feel like I'm supposed to say, it's okay. It's okay.
I got that one.
Whoever's like an authority person on your show, not on camera, but somebody behind the scenes, she's making me feel like we need to thank them for what they're doing. Not what's been done, what they're doing. So I don't know if they're dealing with the character in some way differently, or if they're creating a whole other storyline as a result of that. But she's very excited that her essence is going to open up a door for something completely different.
That's very cool. They're going to keep her on like she hasn't gone away. They're going to keep her in the story. That was a wonderful thing, and I think she may not have known that.
But they're not recasting the role?
No. They're not going to say she passed on and she's just going to be off somewhere doing something, so that character will still be present.
The feeling that I have is I'm going to have some better storylines now that I'm dead than I did when I was here. That's exactly how I'm getting it.
Funny.
I will kind of go out a little bit further than where they are right now and say that they are going to write her out. They are going to write this character out, but in a very big way. And I feel like that's what's going to open up something else. Something else. I don't think that they're going to replace this character in some way.
Can't.
If you can, let the kids know that she came through. And again, going back to your dad, as best as I can say, is that hopefully you be able to find the closure and letting that go and knowing that there, he can look at things differently and understand that he's not playing the same role that he played when he was here, and that he can have a level of appreciation and understanding and acceptance that he didn't have when he was here. And he understands and he gets that.
It makes me understand him, and makes me understand why he was unable to give me any sort of positive feedback to anything I ever did. I accept it, move on, say thank you, Dad. Darlene, on my show. When I was driving there to be with her, I went, if it's not too much to ask, if it's not too selfish of me to ask, can you wait for me? Wait for me. And she did. I walked in, and within about 4 minutes later, after I was with her alone, she died in my arms. I felt her pass through me. It was an amazing feeling, and she left kind of an essence of her character in me.
My old roommate passed away about 7 months ago in a really fatal car crash. You shouldn't be sad.